For the first time in its history, Deped received an unqualified or unmodified opinion from the Commission on Audit based on its 2022 Annual Audit Report. Malayo-layo pa. Although we have made strides during the first year of the Matatag agenda, there is so much left to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Basic Education Report 2024. In our commitment to make our curriculum relevant to produce competent, job-ready, active, and responsible citizens, we have launched the Matatag K-10 curriculum. We have decongested the curriculum to focus on the development of foundational skills. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all those who participated in the public consultation. Insights gathered from the public were truly valuable in finalizing the revised curriculum. After all, this is not simply a Deped curriculum. This is the basic education curriculum of the Philippines. Ito po ang curriculum na inaasahan nating humulma sa kabataan bilang bagong Pilipino. Ang bagong Pilipino na may disiplina, integridad, may malasakit sa kapwa, at pagmamahal sa bayan. As we speak, the Matatag K-10 curriculum is already being piloted in 35 schools across 7 regions in the country. We are actively monitoring the pilot run to determine areas that may need enhancements before its nationwide implementation in school year 2024 to 2025. We would like to thank all our partners in the development of lesson, exemplars, and research being conducted for the pilot schools of the Matatag curriculum. Learning recovery has always been foremost in our agenda. In support of our Learning Recovery Program, we rolled out the National Learning Camp during the break to supplement learning efforts from the previous school year. Last year's National Learning Camp saw the involvement of 939,314 learners from grades 7 and 8 and 229,036 teachers from a total of 34,383 schools across 16 regions. To further strengthen our recovery efforts, we have also introduced Catch-Up Fridays. We can no longer remain passive, knowing that there are still learners in the higher grade who can barely read. From now on, Fridays will be dedicated to reading and comprehension, while also providing sufficient time for values, education, health, and peace competencies. The promise of basic education is to produce young contributors to society. To guarantee job-ready learners, the review of the senior high school program is already underway. Simultaneous to the ongoing review, we have already started enhancing work immersion guidelines to respond to the needs of the labor market. Upon the recommendation of the Private Sector Advisory Council, work immersion models are being piloted in various industries such as construction, tourism, IT, agriculture, and health. Through the Philippine Qualifications Framework, or PQF, we have included junior high school and senior high school diplomas in the PQF levels 1 and 2, which will help increase the employability of our senior high school graduates. Mga kababayan, ang batang Deped ay batang makakalikasan. Despite focus being on curriculum improvements and learning recovery, we have not forgotten to guide our learners on the importance of environmental preservation. We commit to instill environmental responsibility among Filipino children. and future generations to come. As a gift to our children, last Christmas, Deped offices and schools went in full force for the 236,000 Christmas trees project and surpassed our target by planting a total of over 2 million trees in one day, as certified by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. We have also taken steps to accelerate the delivery of our services. Last year, we reported the scale of our predicament regarding inadequate resources and infrastructures in schools. In 2023, despite delays, we have made significant progress as we led the simultaneous ceremonial turnover of 24 completed last-mile schools and delivered a total of 63 last-mile schools to date. Last year, we also personally saw the devastating damage left by Super Typhoon Odette when we visited Clarin National High School in Bohol and Triana Elementary School in Limasawa, Southern Leyte. We have not forgotten them. In fact, there is an ongoing reconstruction of a one-story, four-classroom building in Clarin. Meanwhile, 11 classrooms in Triana Elementary School have undergone major repairs and are now ready for final inspection. In 2023, we built a total of 3,637 new classrooms. Additionally, 6,200 classrooms are in various stages of construction, while 811 classrooms are already under procurement. By the end of the first semester of 2024, we hope to complete the construction of at least 4,000 classrooms. We have also finished 4,542 classroom repair projects, and currently there are 3,428 being repaired, and another 5,896 classrooms are to be repaired soon. We have made progress, but clearly this is not enough. Deped is committed to working with the Department of Public Works and Highways to improve proper coordination and the special allotment release order request process so that we can build more and build faster. Infrastructure, however, is not limited to concrete walls. We recognize that technology plays a huge role in improving education. With that, we have also prioritized the provision of internet connectivity in our schools. Currently, 25 schools have been chosen to be part of the proof of concept being conducted by Starlink. On top of this, 305 schools have been given fiber internet connectivity, while satellites have been delivered to 2,000 public schools nationwide. As we continue to pursue ICT-assisted learning, we are also continuously providing e-classroom packages, laptop packages, and digital literacy training to improve learning, teaching, and learning outcomes. To date, the department has procured 4,067 e-learning card packages, 337 smart TV packages, 2,366 teaching packages, and 3,161 non-teaching packages. In total, we will be distributing 8.2 billion peso worth of laptops, smart TVs, external hard drives, wireless routers, and charging cards to 2,455 school districts across the country. As we always say, improving the quality of education requires a whole-of-nation approach. To this end, we recognize the invaluable contribution of the private sector. Last month, we laid down the public and private education complementarity framework to create a collaborative environment for the public and private sectors to expand access to quality education. We have initiated the regular conduct of quarterly meetings with private school organizations to discuss issues and concerns. Through our GASPE program, we have assisted over 2 million private high school students for the current school year to ease congestion in our public schools. We are also consistently supporting our learners enrolled in private basic education in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region for Muslim Mindanao, assisting over 61,000 junior and senior high school students for the school year 2023 to 2024. In accelerating the delivery of basic education services, governance is key, and change must start from within. With the establishment of the procurement strand last year, we have awarded 288 projects in the amount of 11.701 billion pesos. Likewise, for the first time in its history, Deped received an unqualified or unmodified opinion from the Commission on Audit based on its 2022 annual audit report. We shall continue to uphold this good practice to sustain a transparent, accountable, and effective Department of Education. We are committed to taking good care of our learners. The past year, we have placed great emphasis on schools being a safe space for our children. We continue to strengthen the mechanism in safeguarding our learners against all forms of violence, discrimination, and dangers. Our approach has always been twofold: prevention and response. We have placed preventive measures by establishing functional child protection committees that can teach our learners to recognize violence, exploitation, and sexual abuse. Furthermore, 1,017 teen centers were reactivated for health resources and referral. With the help of partners, we have also launched online resource and referral programs, such as the Lusog Isip Kabataan Education and Malaya Akong Maging, or I Choose campaign. Through the promotion of alternative delivery modes, we were able to decrease the total number of dropouts due to teenage pregnancy and early marriage by 88.85%. We also conducted the first Learners Convergence and launched the learner-led and learner-authored Learners Declaration for the Matatag Agenda. In our efforts to respond to incidents of abuse in our schools, we established our Deped Telesafe hotline. So far, the Learner Rights and Protection Office has resolved 178 cases of child abuse. We likewise provided psychosocial first aid, or PFA, to learners and personnel affected by armed conflict and trained 10,000 personnel to conduct PFA. Likewise, 400,000 personnel were given orientation on mental health and psychological support system. We also made sure that no student is left behind. Persons living with medical conditions and teen mothers were kept in school through alternative delivery modes. The welfare of our learners comes hand in hand with the promotion of inclusivity in our schools. We have strengthened the indigenous people's content in the curriculum. We have developed policies on individualized instruction and the institutionalization of Filipino Sign Language, or FSL. Additionally, we conducted a language and inclusion summit to identify key action points moving forward on achieving inclusion and respect for language and cultural diversity in basic education programs. We have also taken the initiative to develop an alternative learning system, or ALS, micro-certification advocacy and communication plan, complete with ready-to-use materials for ALS learners, ALS implementers, and employers. Aside from these resources, we have also created learning delivery guides for Arabic language and Islamic values education, or alive classes, lesson exemplars on literacy integration in alive instruction, and formative assessment resources for the Madrasa education program to guarantee effective implementation of the inclusion programs. Nutrition and proper hygiene also play a vital role in the development of our learners. For our school-based feeding program, we have returned to 120 days for the regular feeding component and 43 days for the milk component. This is a significant increase from the 60 days of regular feeding during the pandemic. Engaging in sports is also vital to learners' holistic development. We also provided 1,036 schools with sports supplies, materials, and equipment under the Sports Supplies and Equipment Enhancement and Distribution Program. 2023 was also the year we brought back the Palarong Pansa, fostering values of sportsmanship and camaraderie among our student athletes across the nation. We gave support to our teachers to teach better. Firstly, we provided additional staffing complement in schools through the creation of 9,659 new teaching positions, 3,500 Administrative Officer 2 positions, and 1,500 Project Development Officer 1 positions. For professional development, we partnered with CIMEO to provide strategic thinking and innovation training to 2,378 school leaders, apart from various learning and professional development interventions that were organized. We likewise extended our training and scholarship programs to Indigenous Peoples Education, or IPED, and Special Needs Education, or SNED teachers, respectively, in our bid towards innovative, responsive, and inclusive teaching approaches. Teacher welfare will always be at the forefront of our agenda. We purchased personal accident insurance from the GSIS for all Deped teachers and personnel. The insurance cover seeks to ease the financial burden on our teachers when accidents occur. We commenced the registration of teachers and employees to the PhilHealth Consulta package, and soon they will be able to avail of free medical consultations and free selected laboratory and diagnostic testing in accredited Deped clinics. We also lowered the hardship index cutoff for the special hardship allowance. As a result, an additional 16,532 teachers in 1,812 schools were made eligible to receive the special hardship allowance. Lastly, we have already engaged the World Bank to provide us with a study on teacher salary. Ito ang daang tinatahak natin sa taong 2023. Ang lahat ng ito ay hindi gawa ng iisang tao o iilan lamang. All we have done so far was made possible by the collective efforts of the approximately 900,000 strong Deped team. I would like to take this moment to thank my Deped family. There are no big or small roles sa ating mga guro, sa ating mga personnel, sa central office, sa regional offices, sa schools division offices, at sa ating mga paaralan. Daghang salamat kaninyong tanan. Mga kababayan, sabi nga nila, malayo-layo na, pero malayo-layo pa. Although we have made strides during the first year of the Matatag Agenda, there is so much left to be done. Hindi ngayon ang oras magpahinga. The Department of Education will build on what we have started and even expand our Matatag commitments. We will continue to make our curriculum relevant to produce competent and job-ready, active, and responsible citizens of our country. We look forward to the nationwide phased implementation of the Matatag K-10 curriculum. We will roll out the National Math Program and the National Science and Technology Program. We will institutionalize a comprehensive peace education program to foster a culture of peace and understanding. We will utilize the results of national and international assessments, such as the National Achievement Test and Program for International Student Assessment, to craft policies and practices toward the improvement of learning outcomes. We will pursue the project for learning upgrade support with the World Bank, which aims to digitize assessments, support various education programs, support inclusive education programs, and contribute innovative, responsive, and inclusive teaching approaches. We will also be working with Asian Development Bank on their pipeline project, advancing climate-smart, quality, inclusive, and resilient education. We will cultivate the innovative spirit of learners with the curriculum integration of entrepreneurship and agri-business education. We have forged a partnership with Go Negosyo to provide learners the opportunity to learn from successful business owners and agricultural companies about practical business skills. Through this partnership, we will also launch the Pampaaralang Taniman ng mga Agri-Bida program, or PTA. This is Deped's response to the national policy of agriculture as one of the backbones of wealth creation. Through the establishment of school gardens, our learners will not only learn how to cultivate crops, but will also be given the benefit of taking the harvest home to their families. Further, excess produce may also be sold by the respective parent-teacher associations to augment the school MOOE. We will push for more job opportunities for our graduates. We are currently in talks with a mall group for the development of work immersion programs for our senior high school learners with the aim of providing eventual employment possibilities upon their graduation. On the reversion of the school calendar, we have recently conducted a consultation in the central office with various teacher organizations, parent-teachers associations, student leaders, and other relevant groups. Consultations on the ground at the regional and division levels are currently ongoing. We are awaiting results of the consultation. These measures underscore our commitment to Sustainable Development Goal 4. It is our commitment to provide quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. We will take bigger steps to accelerate the delivery of basic education facilities and services.